We're back. Welcome in. Y'all know what time it is. Spotify viewership, wherever you're listening to on the podcast. Welcome in. Thank you guys. YouTube viewers. What is up, man? What is up? Episode 40. Shooting the shit with Sands. Got the iced coffee. Got a little bit of whiskey. Nothing crazy. Hey, it's my off day. I'm off tomorrow. Okay? Can I have a drink? This is my first one, guys. It's nothing crazy. Nothing crazy, just gets me in my zone. You know what I mean? Hey, gets me ready to podcast, man. The song of the day, by the way, YouTube. I don't like to play YouTube songs on YouTube because it takes my monetization away. I'm not getting monetized off the views I'm getting, but eventually we'll get there, right? It's Peas by my friend Josh Young. He was a friend I had in high school. He makes amazing music. And his visuals are bananas. He dropped one on YouTube. I'll find it and put it in the description. Y'all know how it goes with this YouTube stuff. Before we get started, like, subscribe, share this, man. I'm going to cut down on the cursing a little bit. Nothing crazy, okay? I'm not going to lose my juice. Never lose that. Never, no. Not me. Who? Not me. Never me. So let's get started. My name is my name. I am him. He is I. I am who I am. Ooh. The podcast YouTube legend in the making is here again for your viewing pleasure, for your listening pleasure. So I've had to learn that a Mac, right, is amazing. It's an amazing tool. You know? It's an amazing tool. It is way better than my crappy, shitty laptop. Curse number one. It's horrible. My Chromebook has lasted me forever. It's charging my phone. It is now... My girlfriend has let me use her Mac to record my podcast, and the quality of the sound is so good. And it picks up so much better. So I had to play with the volume levels and things of that nature, because it sounded like I was talking right here some points of the podcast, and it's like, bro, that is insane. You got to chill out. And I just got to talk at my normal level, because I had one podcast. I'm still adjusting, guys, to the YouTube, where I was like, it sounds like I was talking this quiet and you couldn't hear me. It was episode 38. I had to blare that shit. Blaring, that is a word. Blaring is a word. Blare is a word. And I had to blare it for it to actually come through on my speakers. So I'm getting there, guys. I've adjusted. I think I'm good now. And here we are. I'm a loud guy. Speaking of technology, so sometimes you wake up in the morning, you start getting to work, and you have a flat tire. Right? That happened to me. I had a flat tire. My tire was completely shredded. Okay? My tire was completely gone. And right when I got in the car and started going, low air pressure. Luckily I have a nicer car now that it tells me when I have low air pressure. So I get all my tools out, and I'm missing one. It's good having a redneck for a dad. Not a redneck, a dude from the country. My dad is not a redneck. A redneck's like, come on here, boy, I'll tell you this right here, right now. Could you imagine if my dad is a doctor? Could you imagine he goes in there, listen here, there, Bucka. You got cancer in the lungs. We're going to go in there. We're going to pluck that goddamn tumor out. We're going to take it out there, buddy. You're going to come back riding your horses down to the stable. You don't want to hear that shit. So when I talk about my dad, I say he sounds like that. He is the most intelligent human. Him and my brother are the most intelligent humans I've ever met. Okay? So, having a redneck as a dad. I've been changing tires since I was 10 years old. I've been learning how to change tires forever. All that stuff, right? So I know how to change a tire. I'm missing a tool, though. I'm missing the hook that cranks. You get it. You can just crank it, and it rises or lifts your car up. It lifts it up. So I'm missing that. And I have to find something that can fit small enough in that hole, but is strong enough to last turning, right? And I'm like, shit. Because you can't lift a car doing this. You can't twist it. Hold on, let me adjust the sliding real quick. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, man. So you can't do that. My backlight's coming, by the way. But you can't lift your car with your hands. Who do you think I am, Andre the Giant? The fuck do I look like, right? So I go digging through the trunk that has blankets and random shit in it. Shit I'm not even going to talk about. Not a dead body, but random stuff in there, right? And I had to change my tire with a Yeti straw. I changed my tire on my beautiful Nissan Sentra with a fucking Yeti straw, bro. Look at this thing. It broke here. It broke on this side. I'm over here gripping it as tight as I can, to have a little small piece. And I was like, being careful with it, being careful with it. And then, dude, I'm like, this shit is not going to work anymore. And I'm like, there has to be something else, There has to be something else, right? Even something as simple as like, I'm just thinking about it now. I could have rolled up like one of my work gloves, put it in there and just ripped it and not giving a damn. They cost like $5. Who cares, right? And I found a screwdriver, luckily enough. But I was over there struggling because I was using this damn Yeti straw. This little Yeti straw. I thought, so look at this. It's hard. This thing had to get out of my girl's car. Ended up having to go all the way to Walmart, get a brand new tire, because guess what? The spare was flat. But you know what, guys? I don't let things make me have a bad day. Look at this. My boss let me stay on the clock. I still got my route done. He let me get OT from it. Bro, we are here. Just had to let y'all know that story. I thought it was hilarious. I'm over there at the place where you vacuum your car out. And I'm over here just cranking it. This dude is watching me do it. Right? I get more than halfway done. And this dude comes over like, oh, do you need this tool? Bro, he was 2 slots away and saw me with a Yeti straw. What an asshole. What an asshole to me. Sorry about that. You're an ass. Now today, let's get into the sports shit, man. Just off rip, we're going to talk about the Buccaneers and the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. It's great. We're going to talk about the Heat's, massive struggles, man. And I will never doubt Coach Spoelstra, okay? Never doubt it. I'm not going to say we're not going to make the playoffs, but we should be worried. The Heat fans, we should be worried. He's made some questionable calls in recent games, and it's just little things that are pissing me off, like him not using a challenge in however many games it's been. And then I'm going to get to a question from one of my good friends on Xbox. He's not just as like an online friend. And if you had those, that's fucking cool, dude. I don't care. Not judging. I played Xbox forever. I have some of those too, right? Played 2K with a couple guys like that for a while. So, and he has a question about inspiration and things of that nature. So, what I'm going to touch on first is this Super Bowl. Oh my. The over 56, taking it. The Moneyline Buccaneers, I am taking it 4 units. 4 on the Bucks. 4. I'm going all in, guys. I'm going all in. Screw it. Edit myself, leave it. Self-edit, amazing. Rap music taught me that, by the way. You know what I mean as a white guy. You got to have a self-edit button. Listen. I can't highlight enough how confident I am in this team. Okay? We're going into a game against a Chiefs defense who, honestly, against the Bills, impressed me. Like, I was very impressed. I assumed that we were going to play the Chiefs, right? I wanted to play the Bills, but I assumed we'd play the Chiefs. Now, I'm not going to give you, like, the obvious stuff, like, whoever wins the turnover battle wins the game. Like, duh. And I don't even know if that's the case in this game, to be honest. If you want me to give you something different, I believe that Tampa Bay can have two turnovers and our defense will hold them. I think our defense is going to look way better than people think it is against the Chiefs. The common public, I should say. You know, Tom Brady's going to put up 30 points again. It's just it's a thing on this podcast for me to remind you. We keep putting up 30 points and we're kicking field goals in the red zone. That's what has to improve in this game. We cannot take field goals in the red zone, period. Period. Cannot happen. Won't happen. Tom Brady hasn't thrown a pick in the red zone all year. Hopefully that will continue. Yeah, I said it right. And we will get this thing in motion and start running the ball a little bit against this front. Their front is pretty good, okay? Frank Clark and Chris Jones up front, very good players. We're talking Chris Jones is one of the most he's one of the top 3 notable tight ends D ends in the league. I mean D tackles. Good Lord, defensive linemen in the league, guys. Mostly at that 3 spot, that nose tackle spot. You got him, Fletcher, and Mr. Donald, the greatest defensive player I've ever seen with my own two eyes. I never thought that I would see, for the record, never thought I'd see somebody better than J.J. Watt in my lifetime. And I don't know if we see somebody better than J.J. Watt if he stays healthy his whole career. Because that guy, like, to me, J.J. Watt is on another level than Von Miller. And Von Miller is amazing. Like, amazing, right? Got my little whiskey, man. Yeah, a little whiskey. Get on my shit. All right, so my keys to the game. Guys. Oh, do I want to write them down? Sure, I'll write them down. All right. The number 1 key in this game, in my opinion, the number 1 key. Now, I'm not Nick Wright, and I'm going to talk about his player pyramid after this. One of the worst. I drop my pins more than anything on this podcast. More than having great content, more than anything, more than telling funny stories, I drop my pins because I hold them like this. Who holds a pin like this, bro? I'm like a little kid trying to learn how to hold a crayon. What is this? What is this, bro? Anywho, Eric Rimmers. Remember the name. Eric Fisher, top pick back in the day out of some Central Michigan or something like that, right? Left tackle. He is out with an Achilles injury. And we have a backup playing against Shaq Barrett or JPP. Word to Stephen Che, man. Shout out. Now, when we're talking about these guys, Shaq Barrett has, in the last 4 years of advanced analytics, right? He has the most pressures in under 2 seconds ever in a playoff run. And y'all see JPP's impact this year. If we want to talk about guys who have drank from the fountain of youth, JPP is at the top of the list. The top of the list. People thought he was done because of a firework incident. Y'all remember that? Blew off half his hand? Yeah, that dude's still one of the best sack artists in the league. We have Vita Vea back. This team, the Chiefs, are not going to be able to run the ball. They're not going to be able to run the ball. Period. Point blank period. And I think they're going to come out and try to. And they're going to get stops on their first couple drives or their first drive. If we can just get a score, get a stop, go down and score again, I am comfortable. I'm cool, man. And I need us to get the run game going early. I want playoff Lenny. I called him it. Playoff Lenny. Playoff Lenny. I said it. Whew. It's hard for me to give playoff nicknames out, man. Playoff Piss. Ruin it for everybody once again. Paul George, if you don't know. New viewers. This game is going to be, to me, an all-time classic. I think the Bucs cover the 3.5. I think they win. I'm a Bucs fan. I'm going to be biased. I don't care. Guys, I'm going to be biased. I am. It's just how I'm built. And the over's going to hit, man. Then we're going to see a high-scoring game, high-octane offenses. I think the Buccaneers win 34-31. Game-winning field goal. Okay? Now, that key to the game, Eric Rimmers, is going to be huge. Because y'all remember last year, right? Who was the MVP of the Super Bowl before Patty made the comeback? Nick Bosa. Now, I could see Shaq Barrett or JPP impacting the game in that way, just like Nick Bosa did. Are they on his level talent-wise? I don't believe so. But the complementary pieces on the D-line will help them get to that quarterback. Vita Vea, Ndamukong Suh, man. And now Nunez Roches has now gotten starter reps. Stephen McClendon. We're going to have a rotation, guys. We're going to have a rotation of solid pieces who have all got starter snaps now. It's going to look amazing out there, man. It's going to look phenomenal. We're going to have pressure up the middle because of Vita Vea. I'm glad to have the big man back. I'm ecstatic for this. Another key matchup to me is Chris Jones in the middle. I think he's going to line up wherever Ali Marpet isn't. And we just got to hope that Ryan Jensen has had an amazing year, by the way. No stupid penalties, nothing like that. Hope he can hold his end of the bargain up, okay? And pray that Donovan Smith doesn't get matched up with Frank Clark too many times during the night. And we'll see what happens. Now, this defense versus this offense, I think we have an advantage in the sense that we've seen their offense this year now, but they've seen our defense as well. But we've seen what happens if you don't help on Tyreek. Now, are they going to come back and counter that with some McCole Hardman crossers to expose the opening of the field? Most likely. Most likely. And I think we're getting Antoine Winfield Jr. back. Huge. People forget, we just beat the Packers and had 2 backup safeties in, man. 2 backup safeties. Jordan Whitehead was out and Antoine Winfield was out. So, we're going to get back. We're going to get together. And I can't wait to see a key matchup for me as well is one, Devin White versus any pass game, right? I think he's being looked at like Jalen Smith is on the Cowboys in the sense that when he's a blitzer, that dude is a top-tier talent in the league, right? When he is a blitzer. But when you make him cover people, it's bad. Like, Devin White isn't horrendous in pass coverage, but he's pretty damn bad. But he's also a playmaker. And I think he's up to the challenge. I'm not going to say he can guard Travis Kelce. I think he's up to the challenge of them going, we're going to try to attack that guy. I dare you to try to attack that guy. Okay? I dare you. And the one I was going to talk about was, sorry, got somebody calling me. The matchup I was going to talk about was Levante versus Travis Kelce. Right? He's going to have to be the one that guards him. Antoine Winfield's too small. Jordan Whitehead, I don't want to see him in pass coverage because he's gonna try to run and knock somebody's head off every time they touch the ball. And he's not gonna want to cover him. He's gonna go for picks and go for double moves, and it's gonna be all types of messed up, right? And Tyreek Hill, pray to goodness gracious that we can have some help safeties, and their weapons are insane. Their speed's insane. That's why I think McCole Hardman's gonna have a big play here and there. Hopefully Jamel Dean doesn't cover anybody. Hopefully he gets a Coach DMP. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for the Coach DMP for Mr. Dean there. You know? So we'll see how it goes down, man. I'm very excited as a fan. And, I'm stoked. I'm very stoked to see what we can do. I'm very stoked as a fan once again. And I hope Bruce gets his first ring, and I think it's obvious we have a huge mismatch on offense. I think we are going to destroy them offensively, and yeah, I think that we got the advantage, okay? So, remember, 34-31, Buccaneers, that's my pick. Now, we're going to talk about this list, and I'm just going to do it quickly because we're already at 20 minutes. Well, you know what? Who am I to give myself time restrictions? This is my podcast. I was getting hella views and it was an hour. Guess what? We'll push it. I don't need a 30-minute timestamp. How about that? Yeah, I make the rules. You know why? It's my pod. Gee, oh my God, I'm feeling myself today, aren't we? Okay. Now I'm going to my screenshots because these are. Oh, and Colin Cowherd had the. What is up with the disrespect of Devin White? We're going to talk about Colin Cowherd first. Oh my God. His top players in the Super Bowl, right? Top 15. He has 6 Chiefs and 9 Buccaneers, right? These are the people he has over Devin White, Ali Marpet, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Tristan Wirfs, JPP, Antonio Brown, Shaq Barrett, Vita Vea, Levante David, Chris Jones, Tyrann Mathieu, Mike Evans, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, Tom Brady, Patrick. If I'm being honest, top players, top talents, he's above Vita Vea, and that's it. He's below Levante, below Chris Jones, Tyrann Mathieu, Mike Evans, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, Tom, and Patty. Yes, he's below them. But he's above Vita, Shaq, JPP, Antonio Brown, Tristan Wirfs, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and Ali Marpet. He's above them. This disrespect of Devin White has to go far away before I get pissed off. Before I get really pissed off, man. Let me look up this man's exact stats, right? I think the last time I checked, he was at like 140 tackles. Oh my God. Devin Booker stats pop up. Sorry, guys. Yeah, so I just can't stand disrespect for Devin White. Didn't make an All-Pro team. Didn't make the Pro Bowl. Are you kidding me? One of the most dynamic players on the field. 140 tackles, 9 sacks. I was correct. Ugh. Golly, this dude is amazing, man. Amazing. 140 tackles, 9 sacks from the middle linebacker position. What are we talking about? And you're going to put him in that... Oh, sorry. Got to look at this pyramid by Nicholas Wright. Hear this shit. Oh, my God. This is the worst thing I've ever seen him do. And I love Nick Wright, by the way. Because he has the craziest LeBron arguments and stuff like that. Listen to this pyramid. He has 7 tiers of players, right? He has Chris at the bottom. Chris Godwin is with Mecole Hardman, Playoff Lenny, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Ron Jones, Cameron Brayton, AB. AB and Chris Godwin are at the bottom of your list? Wrong. The next tier he has above those guys. Levante David is in the 6th tier, and so is Devin White. On the same tier as Sorensen. What are we doing here, Nick? What are we doing here? He has Rimmers below Patty with Tom Brady. The most important players. Chris Godwin, Tom Brady's number 1 option on the season, is on his last tier with Antonio Brown, who has balled since he's gotten healthy, and Tom and him have fucking chemistry now. What is he talking about? He has Harrison Butker, the kicker, above Vita Vea, Frank Clark, Levante David, Devin White, Chris Godwin, Lenny, who is balling, Cameron Brayton, AB, the kicker. Get the list away. Y'all telling me I can't do this shit for a living is insane, man. Insane. Insane. Let me put on the real hat, bro. Golly. Put it on, fam. Listen, I gotta get more light in here, guys. I'm sorry. The lighting's horrible. I probably need to turn the light on. You know what? In the middle of the pod, I'm gonna go turn the light on. Unprofessional. Unprofessional podcast. Y'all like the shorts? Oh, they ride me. Oh, we look better, don't we? Now I want to put the black hat on again. All right, listen, guys. We got to get into the heat, man. But first, I have to do an ad break. we're going to get into that and the question I have for my good friend. I said I'd keep it. I don't think he cares. I don't think my man cares. Oh, you know what? I'll just say it. It was Lucas. My friend Lucas on Xbox asked me the question. I just asked him, hey, man, because I had a phone call by Lucas in one of my episodes. I said, hey, man, you got a question for the pod? And he asked me this question. So we're going to get to an ad break for the Spotify listeners. I contacted Anchor, guys. If you don't know, I am sponsored by Anchor. Killer. Got enough viewers over there to get sponsored by him. So I'm trying to get an ad in my video right here so I can get some money off this, okay? So thank you guys for listening. I will be right back.